Have you ever struggled to let go of someone who no longer serves your peace or happiness? Emotional detachment doesn't mean shutting off your feelings. It's about finding the inner strength to let go with grace and wisdom. Today we'll explore 10 timeless Stoic rules inspired by Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic thinkers. These principles will teach you how to emotionally detach while fostering resilience, clarity, and inner peace. Stay with me until the end for a special Stoic exercise that will help you put these ideas into practice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below to join our growing community of learners. Before diving into the rules, let's take a moment to understand what emotional detachment means in Stoicism. It's not about apathy or indifference. It's about mastering your reactions to external events and maintaining balance. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, faced immense pressures in his life. Yet he remained composed, writing in Meditations. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This mindset can help us navigate modern challenges, from breakups to betrayals, with grace and strength. Rule 1. Accept impermanence. Life is in constant motion. People, situations, and even our feelings change over time. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. When you accept that nothing is permanent, you stop fearing loss. Imagine a flower blooming. It's beautiful, but its petals eventually fall. Do we mourn the flower, or do we cherish the moments of its bloom? Example: consider a relationship that ended. Instead of dwelling on the loss, reflect on the joy it brought you. By accepting its impermanence, you honor the relationship without letting its absence define your happiness. Actionable tip: practice gratitude daily. Write down 3 things you appreciate about your life right now. Remind yourself that everything, good or bad, is temporary. Rule 2. Focus on what you can control. One of Stoicism's most powerful teachings is the idea of control. Marcus Aurelius said, "You can control your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When we fixate on what we can't control, like another person's actions, we give away our peace. Instead, focus on your responses, attitudes, and efforts. Story: imagine you're stuck in traffic and late for an important meeting. You can't control the traffic, but you can control your reaction. Instead of frustration, use that time to practice deep breathing or reflect on your day. Actionable tip: write 2 columns in a journal: what I can control and what I can't control. Focus your energy only on the first column. Rule 3. Practice negative visualization. This Stoic exercise might seem counterintuitive, but it's incredibly liberating. Negative visualization involves imagining the loss of things you cherish, not to invite sadness, but to build appreciation and resilience. Example: imagine your life without something you value, like your home or a loved one. This doesn't mean you dwell on negative thoughts. Instead, it helps you realize their true value in your life. Practical exercise: choose one thing or person in your life. Imagine waking up tomorrow without it. Reflect on what they add to your life and how you would adapt if they weren't there. Benefits: you'll appreciate what you have more deeply. You'll prepare emotionally for life's inevitable changes. Rule 4. Detach from desire. Desire often creates attachments that lead to suffering. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself." Stoicism doesn't teach you to abandon all desires, but to avoid becoming enslaved by them. When you rely too much on external things for happiness, you lose control over your inner peace. Example: imagine you're obsessed with getting a promotion at work. If you don't achieve it, your self-worth plummets. By detaching from the outcome, you can still strive for success without tying your happiness to it. Actionable tip: identify one desire you're overly attached to. Ask yourself, if I don't get this, will I still be okay? Practice finding contentment within yourself. Rule 5. Reframe relationships. People come and go from our lives. Marcus Aurelius teaches us to see relationships not as possessions, but as opportunities for growth. He reminds us that we are all on our own paths. Perspective shift. Think of relationships like chapters in a book. Some are brief but impactful, while others last a lifetime. Both types contribute to your story. Example: when a friend drifts away, instead of feeling abandoned, reflect on the lessons and joy they brought. They were part of your journey, but their path has taken them elsewhere. Practical exercise. Write down what a significant person taught you. Focus on the positive impact they've had rather than the loss. Rule 6. Limit overthinking. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Overthinking is often the mind's way of holding on to things we can't change. It keeps us stuck in the past or anxious about the future. Example: imagine replaying a breakup in your mind, analyzing every word and action. Does this change what happened? Number: it only amplifies your pain. Actionable tip: when overthinking strikes, use this Stoic exercise. Write down your thoughts in a journal, then ask yourself, is this thought useful? If it's not, let it go. Rule 7. Embrace solitude. Solitude is a gift, not a punishment. Marcus Aurelius believes solitude allowed us to reflect, realign, and grow. He often wrote in his meditations about the importance of self-awareness. Example: take a break from constant interaction, whether in person or online. Spend time alone to reconnect with your values and goals. You'll find that solitude strengthens your independence and clarity. Actionable tip: set aside 15 minutes each day for uninterrupted alone time. Use this time to meditate, journal, or simply breathe. Rule 8. Strengthen your inner fortress. Marcus Aurelius compared the mind to a fortress, strong and impenetrable if fortified correctly. Building this fortress involves daily habits that nurture mental and emotional resilience. Example: think of your mind as a garden. If you neglect it, weeds will grow. But if you cultivate it with mindfulness, learning, and self-care, it flourishes. Practical habits. Practice mindfulness to manage stress. Exercise to boost mental strength. Read Stoic philosophy to deepen your perspective. Rule 9. Reflect daily. Marcus Aurelius reflected every evening on his actions, asking himself, what did I do well today? What could I improve? This habit allows you to process emotions and learn from your experiences. Example: if you had an argument with someone, reflect on your role. Could you have approached the situation differently? This practice fosters self-awareness and growth. Actionable tip: spend 5 minutes each evening journaling. Write down one thing you did well, one thing you're grateful for, and one area to improve. Rule 10. Let go with grace. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means releasing emotional chains that tie you to the past. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This applies to letting go of relationships or situations that no longer serve your growth. Example: write a letter to someone you're struggling to let go of. Say everything you wish you could express, but don't send it. This act allows you to release pent-up emotions and find closure. Actionable tip: practice forgiveness. This doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior, but freeing yourself from the emotional weight it carries. These Stoic rules are not just ideas. They are practices to reshape how we approach life's challenges. Emotional detachment isn't about avoiding connection. It's about finding balance, peace, and strength within yourself. Which of these rules resonates most with you? Let us know in the comments below. Stay resilient and stay stoic.